I call the honourable member John Hayes.
Thank you, Speaker. That was the Minister of Profligate Spending. That was the Minister who's complaining about 1,200 people leaving the Minister of Defence, while more than 12,000 people left the Labour Party before this last election. That was the Minister who used to be Minister of Defence. And what value did you add to that process?
Order. You're not. You mentioned me when you were addressing it, and would you please refrain from bringing the Speaker into the debate? Call the Honourable John Hayes.
Thank you, Speaker. This bill comes from a process initiated by my very good friend, Dr. Wayne Mack. He knew Mr. Cosgrove when to leave this House, and he did it when he was a Member of Parliament, not a list Member of Parliament. During Mr. Mapp's tenure, he initiated the first Defence White Paper in about 10 years. And he was prepared to try to balance the government's policy objectives, the strategic outlook, and with what we as a small country, smaller than Sydney, can afford. In my previous life as a diplomat, there were many occasions when I worked directly with the Ministry of Defence over many years. We worked with the Army, with the Navy, with the Air Force. We took goods to Bangladesh, we took stuff to the Solomon Islands. I worked with them in Singapore and Malaysia. We worked with them during the conflict between Papua New Guinea and Bougainville, and again on the Solomon Islands. I came to trust and value and highly regard our defence personnel. And I'm really proud of this national-led government is absolutely committed to making sure that the New Zealand military is a strong and effective force. The White Paper came from the perspective of ensuring that the Friends contributed to a safe and secure New Zealand. Defence contributed to a safe and secure direction. We wanted to make sure that we're operating in the environment of international order, which respects the international law and order. We assumed we would be able to work with a network of strong international linkages around a sound global economy surrounded by open trade routes. Now, there have been occasions in our history when, in a violent world, the use of force is appropriate. Examples of those circumstances include a response, for example, if we had a direct threat against New Zealand or our close ally Australia, or to a member of the Pacific Islands Forum, or if requested or mandated by the United Nations to contribute to one of their exercises, particularly in the Asia-Pacific region. I think that the next 25 years are likely to be much more challenging than the last, and a rules-based international order is under pressure. International organisations are struggling to forge a consensus on a whole range of issues, and particularly on issues around boundaries. The other thing that's going on in this global world is that the balance of economies is changing. The threat of proliferation is growing. The South Pacific is a region of fragility. Tasks in and around New Zealand and the Pacific are the starting point for choosing the military capabilities of our military. This bill strengthens a one-force approach. It's key to ensuring that our three services, Army, Navy and Air Force, work together under one leadership. We also need to keep in mind the independent value for money review done by Dr. Roderick Dean, because he has said, let's look at savings that can be made in the back office and in the middle part of defence and bring it to the front line. This bill is going to help reprioritise resources in that direction. We're going to put the right people in the right jobs. The bill is going to change the way in which the Secretary of Defence and CDF can work together regarding procurement, replacement, repair and the disposal of assets. The bill is going to clarify the manner in which CDF exercises command of the armed forces. It will enable the Minister of Defence to advise the Minister on defence matters referred to it by the Minister when we set up a Defence Council. Mr Speaker, I really commend this bill to the House. It is a good bill and I look forward to its referral to the Foreign Affairs, Trade and Defence Select Committee. Thank you.
I call the Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
Mr Speaker.